Whew. Bit chilly tonight. But in the spirit of a lockdown, I'm staying local. Travelled a mile from my house, and I'm going to fish one of my local marks. This mark's produced one or two fish for us in the past, but it's not been very prolific. There's it's like a big bay that empties out at low tide. Low tide's at about 9:30, so fish quite late, I think. There's a big swell, and this place is quite sheltered from it, so it's one of the other reasons for coming here. Well, a lot of rocks fallen down since I was last here. Last fished here about, well, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. Tide is right out. It's big tide as well. I was hoping to fish some cleaner ground because being locked down, the local shops are closed and I've only got 2 grip leads. So I'd be in trouble if I start losing them. I think what I'm going to do actually is I did this the last time I went fishing. I've used my GPS to see if I can find a good place on the rocks. This is the skier that I'm on here, and it's quite clean ground, but this bay, this is what you fish into in the high tide. It's good ground, but this is cleaner, but there's a load of snags in between here. I'm probably going to get to about here maybe and truck out into the middle there, into this channel. Yeah, let's give that a blast. Can't get here or here because the tide and the swell's too big, but this is going to be a problem, this big ledge here, but I'm never going to know unless I get a bait in the water, so let's get set up. The observant ones here are the ones who follow my channel a bit. I noticed that there's brightly coloured braids new. All my other videos have been blue braid, but on my last trip out I was fishing a really heavy mark and lost nearly all of my braid on a snag. Been trying to buy a replacement, but it's been a nightmare. None of the shops have any of the stuff I usually use in stock. So had to go with this bright coloured stuff, which is a Daiwa J braid. It's a good price, heard good reviews of it, so hopefully it works out well. Since I'm so poorly prepared, all I've got with is pre-tide or up and over rigs, which aren't going to cut it on this ground, I don't think. Right, well, this is the first time I've cast this multi-coloured stuff. Hope it doesn't blow up on us. Parted right at the same time there. Right then, let's get a couple of rigs tied up. Hate doing this on the beach. A little fish on. Oh, it's in the kelp. Oh, I can feel it pulling through the kelp. Oh, I'm hung up. Come on. Limpets on the surface. Well, who'd have thought it? Well, there we go. First little fish of the night. About 35 centimetres. Eats skinny, but it's a fish. The line's only been in the water 10 minutes. Aye, so line's been in the water for what, 10 minutes? Busy making a rig, and out the corner of my eye saw my rod tip going mental. That little guy was on the end, didn't put up much of a fight, but it's definitely some heavy ground out there. I'm really surprised to get any of my rig back, but that's a good start for the night. But let's hope that's not the the curse of the first cast fish. Yeah, I was going to get some more worms on and get that back out. Can't believe how small some of these worms are. One thing I do like about this line though is seeing the colours whiz out as you're casting out. You're meant to be able to count it, I think. Know how far you've cast. Probably works better when you're fishing vertically. I'm not short circuit, so I cannot count. That's an old reference, but I'm not short circuit, so I cannot count that quickly. This is my second bait in the water. It's been out for about 20 minutes. Gonna have a relax after frantically tying those rigs, and I don't know if I've mentioned the conditions already, but it's -2. It's 20 mile an hour westerly wind, low tides in an hour. It's quite a big tide, or a low tide, 0.7 meters, so it's pretty low. Whoa, that was a good bite. Oh, I missed it. Oh no, I didn't. Slack lined, I think. Yeah, there's fish on it. I want to stop and turn my headlight up because I'm in the rough stuff. Oh, there's kelp. Oh, it's come off. Oh no, it hasn't. There's the second fish of the night. This is a little transparent Tommy. Quite an aggressive hit for such a small fish. Second ever fish on an up and over rig, so I'm starting to like these. Get this unhooked and get it back. Water clarity is brilliant. Look how manky that is. There, he's away. Well, I was just about to bring that in thinking that I'd run out of bait, but no, happy days. Second 2 casts, 2 fish. I didn't think I'd get anything. get this out. Nice custom platform here. That's my third day out now. I've been here an hour. Yeah, about an hour. Had 2 fish, which is way more than I was expecting, in all honesty. Don't know why I bothered travelling 50 miles up the coast when you can catch fish right on your doorstep. But conditions are prime for it. I mean, there's a 7-foot swell, northerly swell. Oh, it's nice and sheltered in this bay. There's still a decent amount of swell though, and the water is manky. I'm getting some really good hits, but I was snagged up. Looks like the fish has just lifted us up out of the snag. Again, I don't want to stop winding to turn my head torch on. This ground is super heavy. Last thing I want to do is lose this in the kelp in front of us or on the rock ledge. Ooh, that's on the surface. Oh, it's in the kelp. Oh, there we go. Third cast, third fish. I'd actually been biting for maybe 3 or 4 minutes and try to strike into it. I was snagged fast. So I put my rod back down and left it for a few minutes, and this little git come and pulled out my pulled us out of the snag, and I've got all my rig back. Unbelievable considering how heavy the ground is. But aye, third cast, third fish. Straight away. Oh, what a night this has turned out to be. It's Baltic, kind of feel me hands, but this action's enough to keep us warm, that's for sure. I can't actually feel these worms in my fingers. Put them back in the paper to try and help stop them turning to mush in the freezing temperatures. So rig wise, got about 1 metre of 70-pound rig body with a Gemini pulley splashdown, which is like a release kit. When it hits the water, it releases the snood. On the bottom, got a crimp and an SRT spring, which helps keep the line, the snood under tension when I've clipped it up. And then underneath that, I've got my classic Old Faithful Gemini solo splashdown, rotten bottom, and a 6-ounce plain lead. So what I do with this rig, bring the snood up. This is why I think they're a bit fiddly compared to a Paternoster. Up over that hook there, back down here, through the Gemini splashdown. Can't see. And that's all nice and neat and taut. And when the lead hits the water, this releases and away it goes. You can get my hands dry. Got a nice Portugal fishy tea towel. Right, so make my way over to my little custom platform here. So that's my fourth cast in the water now. Getting a little bit of feeling back in my fingers after doing some stuff. Drying them off. Keep standing in a hole as well. 20 to 10, so we're on slack water. We've probably got another 2 hours left to fish on this skier, and then I might move on to the beach once I'm pushed off this, depending on how much bait and things I've got left. And there's already a couple of people on the beach, so there might not be enough room for us. I knew it would empty out on the beach, so you'd kind of be flogging a dead horse for a little while, and I was more keen to get out on the rocks. And so far it's paying dividends really, you know, 3 fish, 3 casts. Can't ask for more than that. And then a chilly January night. Still haven't this season beat 44 centimeters, so I'd love to do that tonight, especially on a local, like proper local mark, you know, as close to your house as you can get. Maybe this cast, you never know. Getting some hits. Oh, proper snag though. Fish is still there. There was. Can't feel it anymore. Again, I just had some really good hits there. Lifted into the fish and I'm stuck fast, so I'm gonna do exactly what I did on the last cast. That's to leave it, let it develop, and hopefully the fish is going to pull us out of the snag. Definitely some fish about tonight though, it's great. Well, that fish never came back. Did have a few more taps, but I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to get 4 fish in 4 casts, and the tide and the swell really picking up now, so my time on here is limited. So I'm going to wind this in, see what I can salvage out of the rig, and get another, well, a big bait on and whack it out, because I've probably got about half an hour left on here before I have to scoot. Well, something just gave way. Everything. So that's worst case scenario. Snapped up my braid. Tide's definitely pushing in quickly. So 5th cast in the water now. This might be the last one on here. Tide's really honking in, and with these swells, this rock that I'm standing on is actually flat, and it's not a safe place to be once the tide gets high. Oh God. It's even worse when you fall down a hole right in front of your camera. It's going to be wet on here in a moment. Just had a good hit there. In the rough stuff. Yep, got it. It's not big. Oh, it's a little bit of extra weight there. Oh, in the kelp. Surface. Oh, there it is. Well, there's the next fish. Little fat one. Might be the biggest of the night. There we go, and hooked. Yeah, probably the biggest of the night, definitely the heaviest. First one was probably similar size, but a bit skinnier. This one's been eating well. Just taking a crap all over my hand as well. Let's get it back and see if we can get another one on this rock before I have to leave. Woo! In fact, I'll just move back a little bit so I'm away from the edge. I've got my waders on so I can handle a bit of water over my feet. Yeah, the water's started filling up this platform. I'm not in any danger of getting cut off. I've got about maybe 30 yards of rock behind me. Because it's so flat, one freak wave's enough to kind of, you know, knock you off your feet. Well, I got hooked up straight away there. Got a good bite. It wasn't a very big fish, but lost my lead and bent both my hooks out just on the ledge in front of me, so seems like a good enough time to move. Probably check out the rest of the skier further down, and actually I might just move on to the beach. Now this water's really pushing in, it's probably the best idea. So I'm going to pack all this up. Aye, there's the water again. Pack all this up and let's make a move to somewhere a little bit more comfortable. Actually, I just said about walking down the skier. Sorry, about going to somewhere more comfortable. And this part of the skier that I'm on is actually way out of the swell. And there's a good ledge in front of us and I'm quite high up here, so I could probably do another half hour or 40 minutes on this rather than walking all the way down to the beach. So yeah, I think I'm going to give it a go. So here I am on this ledge. Got this bit of rock in front of us and then there's a load of rough ground, so looks like a little bit of an island there, or a patch of rock. So what I want to do ideally is cast that direction. If I turn my phone like that, I'll be casting that way and hopefully get in between there, and at least then I've got more chance of getting my lead back. Right, that's the plan. So it was just to the left of that light over there. You can actually see the gully where these waves are breaking. So it's coming up over this ledge already. Yeah, that way. Not got much chance of holding bottom here, like. Right, well that's probably my final cast now, since it's my last lead and I'm fishing really heavy ground. Let's see if we can get a last cast fish. Ah, bollocks. Started winding, had my lead on, I missed a fish, and then instantly into another snag, and I think my lead's come straight off. Lost my snood and my lead. Game over. Right, let's have one more scratch around in this box and see if I can't find a lead. No lead in there. And look at all that bait I've still got. I can't fish tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to feed this to the fish now. Oh yes! Look! There they are! 2 more leads! Woo! Come on! Get in! What are they doing there? Awesome! Look! Hey! Come on! Well, the tide's chasing me down this skier, but I'm alright with that. I'm close to the beach. I'm safe enough. Can't believe I found those 2 leads underneath my bait. They must have fallen out of the lead tray when I was carrying my box, but oh, I'm happy about that. Especially with the amount of bites I'm getting, it seems that there's loads of fish about, so hopefully I'm in decent enough ground to catch another. Take a run for the beach, but definitely this time. So I started fishing up here. Now I've moved down and now I'm on pretty much this rock here. Pretty accurate as GPS. I'm on a perch because the beach is filling up quickly, and there's big rollers down there, and this perch is going to help us out, so I want to try and cast over. This is a big pile of rocks here. I want to try and cast over to sort of this area here. So I've just rigged up my a Paternoster, good old faithful rig, 2 4-rows on it, and a 7-ounce grip. There's a lovely cod catching bait if ever I did see one. You can see I'm quite a way off the beach here, but I think with the extra height might give us a little bit more distance if we're walking down into the water. And kind of cast that way. Oh no, I hooked it. So I didn't really cast that into the place exactly where I wanted it. It's a bit more to the right, but I think I've got a big enough bait on to get enough scent out. Given the current conditions, I'm not too worried about it. I might treat myself to my seat. It's rare that I use my seat box, but yeah, it's nice and pleasant here out with the wind. So I mean, it's still chilly, there's frost on the rock here, which is pretty unusual when you're so close to the sea, but yeah, I'm gonna sit down for 10, take a load off, and wait for Mr. Cod to come along and take me. Whoop! Hey! Right on cue. Not even going to let us sit down. Well, he's not come back. Well, I think we got a little fish on. I was thinking that those bites were a little bit too short and sharp to be coddling. Second species of the night, a little coolie. Or as I affectionately call them, a shitfish, because of the stink. Well, that's me. I'm going to call it a night. It's 1:30. It's been a cracking night, actually. Had a few fish, nothing massive, but it's beat sitting in the house, that's for sure. And I don't know why I keep driving north when I've got such good fish in it. Well, I know it's not always like this. That's why I drive north. The Braid, Daiwa J Braid, seems to be working well. Quite like the multicoloured aspect of it. Definitely like the price of it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and well, a big wave. I thought I was going to get wet there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us and the little bell so you get notifications of when my next video is out. And stay safe everyone, in tight lines.